Hey everyone, QuantumScape is one of the more innovative battery technology companies that EV producers are really hoping make excellent progress because its battery technology could open the EV market to a lot more buyers because its technology will make EV batteries more durable, longer lasting, and faster to charge. All reasons why some customers are hesitating before buying EVs. So if QuantumScape can deliver that innovation, that could be a big deal. So let's take a closer look at what's going on with QuantumScape. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. All right, so management saying that one of their best performing of their tests have now yielded impressive cycle life performance over 1,000 cycles with 95% capacity retention, as reported by one of its partners, Volkswagen battery arm Parkev, based on testing in their own labs in Germany. So what happened, Volkswagen got a hold of one of QuantumScape's prototypes, tested it out for themselves, and confirmed that they are indeed making excellent progress. They are indeed proving to be valuable. And so that was a big deal. If you remember when QuantumScape or when Volkswagen announced this news, QuantumScape's stock price shot up by over 40%. So that was a big, huge positive deal for QuantumScape and its investors. So they now have their first commercial product, QSE5, in our sights. They're almost there where they're going to start producing a commercially viable product and starting to generate revenue. Because remember, up until this point, all of these years, QuantumScape has not generated revenue. They are a pre-revenue company. They're developing this innovative battery technology, and they keep telling investors, they keep giving investors progress reports and showing us evidence of what they're doing, the progress they've been making, and where they're at. And now they're actually to the point where they're talking about, in 2025, we're going to really launch our product and start to generate several millions in revenue. So that's going to be great news. If they can achieve that target, that will be certainly great news for QuantumScape stock investors. But for the EV industry overall, that would be great news, right? One of the reasons why people hesitate in buying electric vehicles is because of the battery. The battery takes longer to charge than it would if you were to fill up gas in your car. Sometimes 5, 6, 7 times longer to charge for a similar amount of mileage compared to having gas powered engines. So consumers ask the question, why would we get an electric vehicle that's more expensive and more inconvenient, right? So QuantumScape's technology aims to make progress on that front, close that gap of inconvenience, and hopefully increase adoption of electric vehicles. And of course, the big news that came out of this quarterly report was that the chairman and founder has recommended and hired a CEO, Dr. Siva Savaram. I hope I pronounced that right, is now the CEO. Of course, Dr. Sivaram was brought on board a few months ago as president, in a different role, and now his role has been upgraded to CEO. And I'm in favor of this move. I like that the timing of this move, now that QuantumScape is ready to transition, or is almost ready to transition from a company that's researching and developing an innovative technology to now becoming a manufacturer and seller of this product. And Dr. Sivaram, the new CEO, has extensive experience in manufacturing, developing, and innovating and delivering these types of technologies at scale. So I like this move. I like this transition. I think it says a lot about the founder for his ability to go out and know that he needs to have somebody with operational experience to take the company to the next stage, and having the willingness to, hand over that power, that capability to somebody else. So I would be a fan of this as a QuantumScape investor. So they've developed this next generation process which they call Raptor. And when it comes to Raptor, the heat processing step is approximately 8 times faster than their current generation process. So this is cutting the amount of energy needed per separator and increasing throughput. So thanks to this step change increase in productivity, Raptor is capable of providing NF separator films to enable low volume QSE5 production this year. So this production this year will go out to their partners, and their partners will continue testing these out, and then they'll give QuantumScape feedback. And QuantumScape will be able to iterate on that and then make that product commercially viable, the company hopes, by 2025, which it hopes to implement its Cobra process in 2025. So they think this Cobra process is the most attractive pathway to gigawatt hour scale production, and they have prioritized bringing Cobra into production as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I've heard it said that in 2025 or late 2025 is when they feel that they'll have the Cobra production available in line. So for 2024, they have 4 key goals. So the first major goal is to ship around that sample designated as Alpha 2, to get that out to partners, let the partners test it out, let those manufacturers test it out, work it in with their electric vehicles, and see what works, what doesn't work, and give QuantumScape feedback. Their second goal for this year is to transition to Raptor production, going from initial deployment at the end of last year to its full plan run rate. The third goal for this year is to begin low volume BO prototype production for their first commercial cell QSE5. And they define the BO prototypes as a near final QSE5 production design. So it's almost final, but it's one of those stages. They're going to send it out and they're going to see what final tweaks and changes need to be made to this final prototype so that for 2025, they'll be ready to start selling this commercially viable product. And by late 2025, I would estimate to be ready to sell this commercially viable product. So those are the 4 major goals for 2024. Now, the final goal for the year is to prepare for Cobra production in 2025. And they're already operating prototype versions of Cobra heat treating equipment. So the goal for 2024 is to set the stage for Cobra by taking delivery of key pieces of Cobra equipment and preparing them into production. Now, management team does admit that these goals are challenging and ambitious and will require the focused effort on behalf of the entire team. So it's no guarantee that they're going to hit these goals. In fact, I would say the probability of them hitting these goals are less than 50%, given what management is saying, that it's challenging and ambitious, right? Sometimes management will say that these goals that we're setting out are conservative and we think we're going to exceed these goals. That's not what management is saying here. Over here, management is saying that these goals are challenging and ambitious, kind of warning investors like the probability of us hitting all of these goals by the end of the year is not very likely. So I it's hard to exactly quantify this, but I would say, less than 50% would be my inference from management statements here based on my experience of management speak when they give investors guidance. So a lot of progress here from QuantumScape, really good news. I like the transition to the new CEO and getting the team ready for mass production and getting this innovative battery technology out into the market. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.